This is the former Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, and you are watching the Nation Network. Be there. Arriba!
All right, good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network once again. It is time for Shotgun Saturday Night. We know that the World Heavyweight Champion is in the building, but tonight we've got a triple threat match coming your way, which is going to be exciting to say the least. We're going to see Hogan in action tonight against who we don't know yet.
For over 15 years, the Nation Network has brought you the greatest wrestling action anywhere. The best of the past, the present, and the future. And now, with 2K22, we take the next step together as a nation. Oh, yeah! What you gonna do, man, when the Nation Network runs wild on you?
All right, fans, we are back and ready to kick things off tonight. The ninth wonder of the world making her way.
Contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Redondo Beach, California. The ninth wonder of the world, China!
Indeed, the action gonna be hot and furious here tonight, no doubt about that. Joining me as always here in the broadcast booth, the one, the only Jesse Labonte, and tonight, Jess, history has been made. We're gonna find out where it leads.
Well, no doubt about it. First off, let's look at this. Locked and loaded, we've got China, the ninth wonder of the world, stepping through the ropes. Once again, she is working on getting back to the World Championship. I believe it's only a matter of time.
Indeed, a lot of people would concur with that. I might also say that it is indeed just a matter of time. We know the World Heavyweight Champion is here tonight. We know he's going to have a non-title match. We don't know against whom.
Yeah, we don't know yet who he's going to be facing, but I don't think we'll have to wait much longer to find out.
Of course, the world's still buzzing about what happened last week. Hogan accepting the return match challenge made by The Rock, the head of the dynasty, but said he would do so on Monday night, not at Raw, but on a reignited WCW Nitro.
Well, Hogan's in a position of power now. Not that he wasn't before, but now he's the world champion, and he can really call his shots. Decided to reignite the WCW, and at this point, all the rest of us can do is stand by and watch.
Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Ninth wonder of the world with Stacy Keibler up on her shoulders and just drives her straight back into the mat.
Stacy Keibler is going to have to really have an A-game effort here tonight if she's going to pull one out over the ninth wonder of the world, but I personally can't imagine it happening.
Look at it. Just pressing her overhead with almost no apparent effort.
China can do stuff in that ring. There's a lot of dudes I know that can't do it.
Going for the cover, however, is Stacy Keibler able to get one. We know that all these ladies have their focus set on the Women's Championship, currently around the waist of Trish Stratus. And look at this, Keibler plants her with authority right in the middle of the ring.
Well, Stacy Keibler actually doing a pretty damn good job thus far. That's one thing we can say about Shotgun. We've seen a lot of upsets, and this could be another one.
Oh, up kick right to the head. And that has just stunned Stacy Keibler, I believe. And now the ninth wonder of the world. Once again, that gorilla press. And look at her. Multiple arm extensions. And you know just a little bit about that.
Well, the thing that's impressive about that to me the most is the fact that you're not talking about even weight. This is not a barbell, and it would be impressive if she were to do it that way. But Stacy Keibler, she's got to be at least 115, 120 pounds. And China's just multiple times pressing her overhead like that. And I'm telling you, not too many dudes you're going to find out there that can do that.
Off the top rope, and China connects with a big splash, hooks the leg of Keibler. She gets one. Into the turnbuckle, and now China follows her up with a nice springboard into a back elbow.
Stacy Keibler better come up with a solution right away because China's starting to get momentum, and you do not want China to have momentum.
Swing and a miss. Keibler with the legs that go on forever. Just caught her with that big super kick right to the jaw.
Well, that's a pretty easy target on China, just to call it like it is, and that's what I do.
And again, Keibler going to work. China with that pronounced jawline, and Stacy using that to her advantage. Keibler stomping away on the arm. Thinks she's got enough damage done. She almost got her.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised at just how close a call that was.
Went for the roundhouse. Nobody home. China with a neck breaker. Boot to the midsection. Oh, this could be it.
Yeah, she hits with the pedigree. It's over.
Rolls her over, hooks the leg very close to the ropes. It won't matter. Keibler was out cold after that pedigree.
Yeah, you could see her eyes. It was all over. Lights were out. Nobody was home.
Look at that backhand spring, nicely executed. But here again, Stacy Keibler had a lot of moments where it appeared that she might be pulling something off.
Here is your winner, the ninth wonder of the world, China!
All right, fans, I am told we're going to be going backstage right now. Standing by is the reigning World Wrestling Federation champion, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Now that Hollywood's the world champion, man, everybody's wondering what I'm going to do. Well, let me tell you something. I cut off the head of one snake, and now I'm coming after you, DX. And Triple H, you are the head of the snake as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, hold on just a moment. Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
We gotta go.
well, it's time. It's time. It's Nation time. For over 17 years, we have brought you some of the most original content anywhere. And now is your chance to join the nation. Exclusively here on YouTube. Click that subscribe button right now. Make sure you hit the like button when you're watching the videos and hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. We are One Nation.
All right, fans, we are back, and we knew it was going to be one of those kind of nights.
It's a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Cobb County, Georgia, weighing in at 350 pounds, the Big Boss Man.
As the Big Boss Man hits the ring for this triple threat match, I'll tell you, what do you make of what we saw before we went to break?
Well, I told you earlier, and I'll say it again, I think Shawn Michaels has buyer's remorse. Shawn Michaels is one of the key reasons why Hollywood Hogan has the championship around his waist right now.
And did you happen to notice? He has spray painted the NWO over the front plate of that championship.
From Manchester,
Yeah, I saw
England,
that.
weighing in at 260 pounds, the British Bulldog.
Absolutely despicable that he would defile the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship in that way.
Well, he's done it before. Shouldn't be that big a surprise.
We take a look at Davey Boy Smith, the second entrant in this triple threat match that promises to be one for the ages. We want to welcome everyone joining us here live tonight on the Nation Network.
Yeah, shout out to J-Rocks and Juan Cordero in the house.
The British Bulldog right now has been on one heck of a run here in the World Wrestling Federation on League of Legends.
No doubt he's had a really good time. He's been beating some of the biggest names. The one thing he wasn't able to do, however, was to take the World Championship away from The Rock.
Now you almost have to ask the question, is he going to do the same or an attempt to take the title away from Hollywood Hogan?
From El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
As Latino Heat heads towards the ring.
Well, one thing we know about Eddie Guerrero, he's the real deal. I mean, he might not be the biggest dude in this match, but it doesn't matter. Comes from a wrestling background. His family, legendary in the Mexican wrestling. True luchador deep down inside. And he has managed to take that style, brought it over here to America, and made it into something even better.
No doubt about it. Eddie Guerrero doing a tremendous job. This is a very big opportunity for him as well, because whoever wins this match, you would have to think is going to be considered a top contender, if not the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, well, there's definitely an argument that can be made, because you are looking at three of the biggest names right now on the roster.
And the Bulldog has him up for the suplex. Takes Guerrero down with authority. Now the Boss Man jumping right on top of things. But the Bulldog, oh, look at this.
Well, there's no friends in a match like this. We know that already. It's a triple threat, every man for himself. The only time you might have a friendship, if you want to call it that, is if one or another are going for a pin or submission. Then the third man has to make the save.
Indeed, single, pinfall, or submission will determine this one. Eddie Guerrero with a DDT. Shoulders are down, and there, case in point, the Bulldog making the save, because even though he's not involved in the outcome there, he would be on the losing end of the match.
You know, I don't mind triple threat matches when the world championships aren't on the line, but when there's a title involved, I have a problem when you can have a champion lose the title but not lose the match.
Well, when that does occur, the champions are aware of the match when they sign on for it. They know the ramifications.
Yeah, I still don't like it. I think if a champion's going to lose, he should get pinned or he should submit.
Oh, look at this. The Boss Man on the top rope. Oh, my word. Caught the Bulldog. And now the Bulldog is in a whole lot of trouble. Up again, the Boss Man. Oh, look at Davey Boy fighting his way out of it.
Eddie Guerrero, the smartest man in the ring right now, as he just turned away from it and let these two dudes beat themselves up for a little bit.
I think the British Bulldog realized exactly what he was doing and then charged across. And now has Guerrero up in a suplex. And he's going to make him think about it. Finally comes crashing down, but it took a minute. Well, fans, we now know who Hulk Hogan is scheduled to face tonight. Calls it the head of the snake, Triple H. Regarding D-Generation X, now I think there are those that may argue who the head of the snake really is when it comes to DX.
I don't know how you could argue with that. I would say it was definitely Triple H.
Goes for the cover, does Eddie Guerrero. Has a leg, and the Bulldog able to kick out before the count of 3 comes down.
Want to send a shout out to Chuck, joining us here live on the Nation Network.
From behind, and now the Boss Man sends him over the top rope into the floor. Guerrero crashing down, but the Bulldog has a Boss Man pile driver. Goes for the cover. Guerrero won't be able to make the save, and the Boss Man just barely able to kick out.
I thought the match was over with that one for sure.
And Guerrero with a suplex hangs on. Here's 2, gonna go for the 3 amigos. And now Guerrero hooks the leg, but the Boss Man is there immediately to make the save.
Well, you have to remember, it's not a one-on-one match. You can't just go for a cover. You have to first find out where the other opponent is.
Frog splash, and now the Boss Man would have probably been pinned if not for the British Bulldog. And now Guerrero up on the shoulder of the Bulldog. This is going to be it. The running power slam. He got him. Hooks the leg.
Too close to the ropes, and that's going to be the thing that saves Eddie Guerrero, at least for the moment.
Monkey flip, and the Boss Man taken across the ring. Guerrero on the floor. The British Bulldog taking a moment to taunt, and he might pay the price for that. Pile driver by the Boss Man.
Now the big Boss Man starting to feel pretty good about things. He's got the situation under control if he can just put him down.
Oh, there it is. The Boss Man with a sidewalk slam and a last-second diving save made by Eddie Guerrero.
Man, that was super close right there. Guerrero came shooting into our screen just at the last moment.
Boss Man now out to the floor. It's one-on-one. Eddie Guerrero going at it with the British Bulldog, who just sustained a stiff shot to the head. Guerrero missing. Now the Bulldog has him with a Bulldog right into the middle of the mat. Hooks the leg. There's one. And Eddie able to kick out on one. The big Boss Man outside the ring. Trying to get this crowd going, and big forearm across the back of the British Bulldog. Bear hug into a spine buster by the Boss Man. Hooks the leg, there's one, and a save made by Eddie Guerrero. Oh, right into the sidewalk slam. No one there to break this one up.
Shoulder comes up just barely on the count of 3.
That was as close as you're gonna see. Oh my word. How in the world did he pull that off? The Big Boss Man had all the opportunity in the world with that one. Loving forearm across the back. Neck breaker by the British Bulldog. And now Guerrero turns his focus to the Bulldog. Eddie out on the apron, and now Davey Boy stuns him off the top rope. And Guerrero lands hard on the floor. Action taking place now ringside. There's no countouts in this one. The action has to get concluded inside the squared circle.
Well, Eddie Guerrero's a man who follows my game plan. Lies, cheats, and steals, pretty much the same thing as I've always said. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
And now it's a double team here ringside on the British Bulldog, fighting his way back up. But the numbers start to catch up. Head scissor takes him over, but now the Boss Man turns his focus to Eddie Guerrero, throwing him into the apron. And Guerrero fighting up from the ground position.
All 3 of these men are really just letting it all hang out. They are pummeling one another here ringside.
You can tell Guerrero still not getting his head clear, but all 3 men have now managed to get back inside the squared circle. The Bulldog with the double bicep. I don't know if that's the move to do right now. Guerrero makes him pay the price with that chop block takedown, and now Eddie Guerrero focusing on the right arm and hand of the Bulldog. Turns around, big elbow right to the jaw, and Eddie Guerrero goes down. Boss Man has him up and throws him across the ring.
Well, here's where that size and weight differential is going to come into play, and I don't know that Eddie Guerrero has enough left in the tank.
There's 2 and 3. The Big Boss Man, to your point, able to use that size advantage to decide this one. As we take a look back, ladies and gentlemen, on some of the moments from this, it was a heck of a match.
Here is your winner, the Big Boss Man.
Tremendous victory for the Big Boss Man. Will he be going after Hollywood Hogan? Time will tell. Fans, if you haven't checked out Wednesday nights here on the Nation Network, here's some of what you've been missing. Pro Wrestling Illustrated Championship Challenge.
If you haven't already seen PWI Championship Challenge this week, here's some of what you missed.
And now, it's time for the most popular show on the nation, PWI Championship Challenge. And here's your host, Vince McShell.
Oh no, this can only mean one thing.
What?
Incoming! Ladies and gentlemen, it just got real up in here.
Who is
Introducing
this?
a special guest challenger, Dre 41.
One of those answers is correct. Does anybody want to use a finisher?
Spatula.
Holy cow, he's going to use it right out the most popular wrestler overall, representing the World Wrestling Federation.
Marty Jannetty.
Correct answer is Kamala, the Ugandan Giant. I don't write these things, I just read them, man.
One of the very
It
best.
could have been Marty Jannetty, and then who'd look foolish, right? All right, fans, time for our next match. Promises to be another great one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Memphis, Tennessee. Weighing in at 235 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler.
The king of professional wrestling, Jerry the King Lawler. When you talk about legends,
well, this is the man who ran Memphis wrestling for so many years, dominated headlines, sold out the Memphis Coliseum on so many occasions.
indeed, a veritable who's who of professional wrestling stepping through those doors. He's going to have a tough road to climb here tonight, though, I'll tell you what.
And his opponent from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam, one of the all-time greats as well. Totally different style of professional wrestling when it comes to going up head-to-head with Jerry Lawler.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, Rob Van Dam, he's a high flyer. He's a death defier. He will do whatever it takes to get the win. He'll put his own body at risk. He's able to do things in the ring nobody else can do, and definitely going to have a physical advantage over the King here tonight when it comes to actual flying ability and speed and all of that kind of stuff. Lawler's a tough guy. I'll give him credit for that. He's strong and he's tough. But when you go up against Rob Van Dam, it's just a totally different game.
Bell sounds, these two men lock up in the center of the ring. Into the corner he goes. And now Van Dam follows him in. Driving the head of Lawler into the top turnbuckle. And once again, Van Dam continues. And Lawler is dazed right now as another shot to the turnbuckle.
Rob Van Dam doing a job on him right now. Look at that nice move out of the corner for a sunset flip. Couldn't hold the shoulders down.
Goes for the cover. I don't think you've put him down enough to get a win. He got two, though.
A little surprised that the King was down for the count of two this early on, and that's what we were talking about before.
That springboard moonsault by Rob Van Dam connecting. And now look at Lawler. That toughness that you spoke of on display. The anger in the eyes and the expression on the face of Jerry Lawler says it all. And now he's got him on a camel clutch.
Well, here's where Lawler plays to his strengths right now because he's got that power advantage, but look at Van Dam. Able to break the grasp of the hands and break free of the hold.
Dropped across the top rope, and now Rob Van Dam, what's he got in mind here? All the way to the top rope. And here's the moonsault, and it connects. Went for the rolling thunder, and the King brings up the knees.
Well, he had that move well scouted, and then Lawler used the knees at the right moment. Now goes to try and steal one.
2 count, almost a 3. Oh, I've got to tell you, I wasn't so sure how this match was going to look. Reading it on paper, but thus far it has brought everything that you could ever want. Lawler from the top with that fist right to the head, and now hooks the leg. Got 2. He got him. Oh, my word, I thought it was over.
Very close indeed. And you know what? These two dudes, they've got history.
Indeed they do. Rob Van Dam was, of course, a mainstay and a staple of the ECW. Lawler invaded ECW, never had a nice thing to say about them.
Yeah, he called them extremely crappy wrestling. A lot of people thought so.
And now another variation of that camel clutch. Van Dam has the knee in the back of Lawler, pulling back on the chin. And again, Lawler firing back with a series of barrage of shots and chops. And drives that knee into the bicep. Lawler is in control.
Well, both of these two dudes have really unloaded everything they've got on one another. And now look at this.
Van Dam with the one through the uprights, you might say. Goes over for the cover. Lawler kicks out on one.
Yeah, and if you noticed, Van Dam did not hook the leg.
On the top rope, 5-star flag splash connects. He got the win. Rob Van Dam manages to put away the King, Jerry Lawler, here tonight.
Well, as we take a look back here at the replay, there were a lot of chances for the King. He came off that top rope with that fist right to the head. We've seen him put people out with it.
Here is your winner, Rob Van Dam.
Well, we've seen it indeed, but not tonight. Tremendous win for that man right there, Rob Van Dam. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment with more Shotgun here on the Nation Network.
If you haven't already seen PWI Championship Challenge this week, the Nation Network brings you the stars of today's WWE roster in alternative storylines. Whether you like it raw or prefer to be SmackDown, or even check out tomorrow's Legends today with NXT. We have them all right here on the Nation Network. When you want wrestling that makes an impact, join us here on the Nation Network. The best of the past, the present, and the future. Impact Wrestling like you've never seen it before, exclusively on the Nation Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for the main event. We saw earlier what took place here in the backstage area.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing D-Generation X from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds.
Well, Triple H heading down to the ring, and we did indeed see what happened earlier in the backstage area. Hogan was calling his shot, said, I'm going to take the head of D-Generation X. Calling out Triple H, but it was Shawn Michaels that came storming on the set and really blasted Hogan with one.
Well, it's a non-title match, but you have to wonder if any of that is going to carry over here Hollywood Hogan, the new World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, and has made it clear that he plans on bringing that title to the newly reignited WCW on Monday for Nitro.
It's been a very long time since we've seen Nitro around here.
And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for it. You see that? He spray painted the championship with that NWO.
From Hollywood, California, weighing in at 302 pounds, the Action Champion, Hollywood Hogan.
Well, one thing we know about Hogan, and I've said this for years, he's all about marking his territory. In this case, he's doing it literally.
Hogan taking his time coming to the ring. That title will not be on the line here tonight. His first time stepping inside the squared circle since taking that championship title away from The Rock and the Dynasty.
Well, we'll see if he can maintain that title when The Rock challenges him for it. This coming Monday, it's going to be a big deal.
Indeed, 24 hours from now to be exact. He'll be defending that championship against the People's Champion, The Rock.
Want to send a shout out to Andrew Roberts joining us here live on the Nation Network.
Hogan displaying that championship. We mentioned earlier what happened with Shawn Michaels, and look at this. These two men, a couple of big, tough guys, getting ready to square off against one another. They tie up in the middle of the ring. Triple H attempting. Couldn't get the job done, and now Hogan with a tremendous right hand, and down goes Triple H. Back elbow, and Triple H was ready. Up in the air, belly to back suplex, and Hogan goes down.
Well, the fact that the World Championship's not on the line, Hogan doesn't have a lot to worry about. I mean, yeah, you're the champ, and you definitely don't want your first match out there to come out as a loss. But at the same point in time, he'll still be the champ when that bell rings no matter what.
That might indeed give him the freedom to do some things that perhaps in a title match you wouldn't necessarily attempt to do. Look at this, Triple H ready for it. Winding up that arm again, and from behind, belly to back, on the shoulder of Hogan. And the champion early on having a target placed on him. Normally I'd say on your back, but in this case it appears to be the left shoulder. Look at this, grinding the face of Triple H into the canvas.
Nice elbow right there by Hogan. Flying elbow, put all that 300 pounds right behind it.
Devastating clothesline, and now Hogan knows that he's in control of the match. Big right hand, and once again Triple H is down. The champion with a scoop slam hits the ropes. What's he got in mind here? Oh my goodness! Dropping the elbow.
Well, he's turning his back right now on him, and that's a big mistake.
Blocks the shot, does Hollywood. Comes back up, clothesline again, down he goes. Hogan with the Irish whip sends him over the top rope. Look at it, it's going to bring him in the hard way.
Face first and down he goes, just like that.
He said he was going to take the head off the snake, and he might very well do it. Oh, the big boot to the head, and Triple H is down. 1, 2, and he pulled him up.
Hogan just gave him the what for, but I don't know if that was such a smart move.
Triple H slowly back to his feet, and now Hogan with the slam hook. Goes off, drops the leg, nobody home. Triple H is back in action. Face first, and now Hogan in desperation.
Triple H followed up with a devastating knee right to the back of the head, and now he is doing a job on the champion.
Pulling back on the head, and Hogan rolling out to the floor. Winding up the arm. Oh, big shot right there. Into the corner he goes. Hogan dropping Triple H across the guardrail, boot to the head. Has him up in the air. What's he going to do with him here? Oh, across the guardrail with a power bomb.
Hogan's in complete control right now, and I'll tell you, Triple H better figure something out and do it quick.
Down across the knee. Hogan stretching him out. Making him pay. To the eyes he goes. Oh, now Triple H. Both men gonna beat the count in before the 10. Oh, the referee just got caught up in the mix. Look at this. He got him. This will be a huge one. 2, and Hogan managing to kick out.
He kicked out, but look at him, man. He is in bad shape right now. Hogan doesn't know where he is.
Hulk Hogan, Hollywood, fighting with all that he's worth. Irish whip, and now again to the apron. Triple H out on the floor, I beg your pardon, and now from behind Hogan.
Hollywood in trouble right now, or in charge, I should say. Triple H is the one in trouble.
Hogan's got a, oh, look at this nice block right there by Triple H. He got caught, headbutt by Hollywood. And driven into the steel steps. Hogan, what's he got in mind here? Drops the leg on the floor.
That might be all she wrote right there. Hogan's in complete control, and he knows it.
He wants him to come back in the ring, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Rose up the too sweet, and Hogan gets a big win. It's a count out, but it's a victory nonetheless.
As we take a look back at some of the moments from this one, we remind you fans that 24 hours from now, it will be Nitro. The world title will be on the line when Hogan goes one-on-one with The Rock.
Here is your winner, Hollywood Hogan.
What a wait a minute! Hold on just a moment! DX is not done yet! The Road Dogg attacking after the match!
Coming to the aid perhaps a little bit too late.
And Hogan goes down. Fans, we are just about out of time. He may have got the win in the battle, but the war clearly is still going. Sleeper hold. Hogan is in a hole. We've got to go.